tell you that the People's Redemption Party, the PRP, has cautioned against the proposed establishment of state police. The party is saying the reform should not proceed under the current administration. In a statement signed by its national chairman, Dr. Hakim Ahmed, the party argued that while Nigeria urgently requires comprehensive security reforms, public confidence in government institutions must first be restored before undertaking what it described as a far-reaching constitutional change. The PRP also questioned the administration's handling of the country's security challenges, insisting that its record does not inspire the trust needed to implement a new policing structure. The party urged the government to focus on tackling insecurity and strengthening existing law enforcement institutions before pursuing the creation of state police. It further maintained that major constitutional reforms should be anchored on broad public confidence and credible governance, adding that the country's immediate priority should be protecting lives, restoring public safety, and addressing the security concerns facing citizens across Nigeria. The next Senate's passage of the Constitutional Amendment Bill establishing state police has reignited one of Nigeria's most consequential debates on security and federalism. The proposed legislation creates a dual policing structure, allowing states to establish and operate their own police services alongside the Nigerian police force, which is going to now be the federal police. It also empowers governors to appoint state police commissioners, subject to confirmation by their respective state houses of assembly, and to issue lawful policy directives on public safety and public order. While supporters argue the reform will improve intelligence gathering, strengthen community policing, and enhance responses to local security threats, critics warn of the potential for political interference, abuse of power, and uneven operational standards across the country. Well, tonight, I'm going to be breaking all these issues down for the suspicion by the political class and politicians, and the fear that exists, and the breakdown of all the major areas that this bill seek to satisfy. Tonight, the legality, the technicality, all those things I'm going to be bringing to bear for you tonight on the program. So, let me first of all get a technical point of view on this program. Let's speak with DIG Marvel Akpoyibo, who is a retired Deputy Inspector General of Police and is live for us on the program virtually. It's good to see you, DIG Akpoyibo. Thank you so much indeed. You are one of a few voices that have served in the police, left the force, and advocated for state police. What excites you about this development?
Thank you for this. Thank you for this question. I was one of those who have actually advocated for the creation of state police many years back. But unfortunately, past government didn't have the courage to embark on the establishment of state police. So I'm very excited that this government has really taken the bull by the horn by establishing a state police. It has become more expedient more than ever before. Because those of us who advocated for state police in the past, we saw the trend of criminality, the level of complexity, and the challenges the police were having, particularly at the federal level. And we know also that at the local level, the natives play fundamental role. These forests are located in states. The villagers are there. They have local knowledge. They have local intelligence. So if we have the local police, it will be difficult for these terrorists to operate freely in this forest in our communities. So it is a welcome development, and I'm so excited that the government has embarked on it this time around. Thank you very much.
From an operational standpoint, Mr. Akpoyibo, what has the Nigerian police force been unable to do under the current centralized command that the state police could realistically accomplish?
Yes, a lot can be accomplished under the state police arrangement. Don't forget that the criminals live within communities, and with the current trend where forests have been invaded by these terrorists, it will be more convenient for the states where those forests are located, for police officers who are from those localities to be in charge of the affairs of securing those areas. It will be much more convenient because intelligence will flow more easily, and of course there will be no hiding place for these hoodlums. Unlike what we're having before, policing stays from afar and bringing the people without local knowledge to embark on checking forests that are unknown to them. They don't know the routes, they don't know the route in the forest, they don't know those, the areas that the hoodlums are really hiding, they don't know the route they often take. But local police officers who have local knowledge of the area, they are equipped with intelligence that will be able to frustrate the activities of these hoodlums, not only in communities, but even right inside the forest.
Hey, there are those who say, and that's why I'm saying that I was asking that you've served many years in the Nigerian police force, and there are frustrations that you've had that you think that this system is not working. But what are those things that you think that the state police will achieve? Because there are those who say intelligence gathering is key, and you need local boots on ground to give you some level of intelligence. But now we have a lot of technology and a lot of improvement in IT and tech that could also help us improve on intelligence gathering. There are those who say welfare of the Nigerian average police officer is very poor, and that needs to be improved. There are those who argue also that the ratio of a police officer to the citizen is probably one of the worst in the world, and the firepower, the manpower, training. These are areas that people say there are major problems. If we create another level and layer of police, how are we sure that some of these problems that the centralized police is facing is not going to be faced? Don't forget, it's not as if state governments are better than federal government in handling several issues. In some cases, state governments are even terrible.
Okay, I agree with that analysis to some extent. But let it be known to every one of us that whether we like it or not, the state government, they are directly affected by the activities of criminals in their own states. So it's the time for them to take their destiny in their hand. And then, of course, to galvanize, mobilize intelligence from the locals, And even if you have the equipment, without adequate intelligence, without native support, you may not go too far. I want to recall when I was in Lagos State, when I was sleeping in Lagos State, there was something we put in place. Apart from the fact that the Security Trust Fund provided us with vehicles, provided us with equipment, at that time, we went out of our way to cause the area commanders and DPOs to write their names and their phone numbers and go from one house to the other, distributing to every Lagosian that when there was any security breach, please call this number. And Lagosians were very excited. Before we knew it, vulcanizers, bricklayers, they all have access to policemen, DPOs and area commanders. So there was no hiding place for the hoodlums. So when you get the natives articulated and involved in this exercise, it becomes much more effectual. No doubt that creating the state police itself is enough to detect criminality. No, we must equip the state police with adequate training, with equipment, and their salaries must be paid from consolidated funds. Otherwise, the state governors could use the governors. We use the commissioners as political tools. So, but constitutional amendments must be put in place. The process of appointment and removal of commissioner must be entrenched in the constitution, so that it will be difficult for any overbearing governor to use them for their own personal interest. Once we put all these constitutional measures in place, I am very, very optimistic that state police will be able to go a step further than where we are now, particularly if they are well equipped and they are well trained and well funded. Thank you.
Mr. Akoibo, Nigeria already has the Nigerian police, the DSS, NSCDC, military, EFCC, NDLEA, ICPC, and other security agencies. Introducing another police structure raises obvious command and control concerns. There are problems of control and a unitary way of determining, sharing intelligence. This coordination has always been a problem, that these agencies never share intelligence and information with each other. During terrorism, criminal violence, or elections, who gives the final operational order? From your technical experience in the service, how do you resolve this?
Well, it's actually a problem where the various security agencies do not share intelligence. The unhealthy competition among them must be abandoned. You know, in other climes, like take the United States for example. Well, every state they have their police, they have their police establishment apart from the federal police, and they are collaborating with other intelligence agencies in those states and even at the federal level also. There's no reason why we cannot adopt that here in Nigeria. The important thing for all the security agencies to see the security as everybody's responsibility. Everybody's it's not the time for competition. It's not a platform for competition or for projecting oneself. We have a common goal to ensure the safety of life and property. So every security agent in the states and even at the federal level must realize this. And in fact, what has been happening has not been good enough in the light of what we have on ground, the complexity of crime and criminality we have in Nigeria today, where the DSS, the other security agencies are just acting on their own. We must have a common ground where we come together and reason together and plan together and execute together. That's the only way we can make impact, not acting solely, in a solitary manner, trying to project oneself at the detriment of other agencies. We have a common goal, we have a common objective, and so all hands must be on deck to ensure the safety of lives and property, because it's a common responsibility.
So, on a final note, sir, with your experience and knowledge, if these experiment that we are attempting and the president is pushing for, if it's to work effectively, share with us your knowledge. What do you think they must focus on? What is that one thing that must be done or must be added into this review or this amendment or the alteration to the Constitution that will make it work? What Nigerians want to see is that crime rates reduce, kidnappings cancelled, abductions in school reduced or cancelled, banditry, terrorism will go away. These are the things that Nigerians want. What is that one thing that you will advise that they must pay attention to or be added in this review process?
Now, we must not see the creation of state police as an end in itself. It's not a fashion. It's an attempt to ensure effective policing of our communities, of our states, of our forests, of our localities. That is the essence. It's not a fashion. Therefore, if we are putting state police in place, the state police we are talking about must be well trained, well equipped, well funded. If you don't fund them, if you don't train them, and their salaries kept in consolidated funds, of course, the state governors can blackmail them and threaten them with withholding of their salaries and all that trash. So when measures like this are constitutionally put in place, it will be difficult for the state governor to use them for their own personal service interests. So they must be funded. Without funding, without adequate funding, adequate training, adequate equipment, there is nothing we can achieve in this regard. So we must address all these issues holistically. Otherwise, we'll be making a mistake thinking that, oh, once we have created the state police, leave them on their own. Well, that's the end of the problem. We'll be deceiving ourselves. the state police themselves must be properly equipped, must be properly funded, and they must be trained. And of course, their salaries and their welfare properly taken care of. Not what we have now on ground today.
Mr. Marvel Avoibo, a retired Deputy Inspector General of Police, who was one time the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State. It's a pleasure having to talk to you tonight, Mr. Avoibo.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.